Hello and welcome to part 2 in my video series of Fate, the Winx Saga. By the way, if you haven't seen part 1, go find that on my channel. It's the last video I did. I will also put a card up so you probably saw it just then. However, today we're going to be watching part 2 where I start off straight from episode 4, go through 5 and finish with the finale. I'm hoping it gets a little bit better than what I saw so far. Quick recap. I felt as if the first 3 episodes had like something in there of a story that was interesting. I just don't think there was enough there to be truly, I want to say good, but it was fine. Not for me. I know I'm not going to talk too much about the demographic, who it's aimed at, and blah 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 blah. Just a quick note, my novella that I mentioned had been released in my last video has now been released as a paperback as well. That arrived today. Here it is, as you can see, hang on. That is the paperback. It's called The Light Curse. It is available on the Amazon store in paperback and ebook. So please have a look at the links below if you are interested in that and have a quick look. Here we go.
Callum hasn't been seen in days.
Of course, because Beatrix killed Callum. I want to see more of that. I really hope that she starts to exercise that antagonism, you know, that murderous streak. We're in the second half of the season now, so I'm ready for it all to kick off. I want to go, you know. I mentioned in my last video that I wanted more and I wanted them to tell me more quicker because they were spending a lot of time on the high school aesthetic and all that stuff, and so, which is fine. But now we're into the second half of the season. Let's fucking push on, mate. Oh, it's Bloom. I've seen it written down now. It's Bloom. Okay, cool. Let's be honest. You all knew. I'm the only one that didn't. It wasn't a mystery. Let's move on.
You still pretending you're not dating your roommate's brother? He's pretending what?
This is all well and good, but I was just gonna say, where's Terra? Terra's the star of the show. Let's not fucking mince words, all right? Terra is the one.
Could I?
Did you tell your sweet mate she needed a buffer? I'm sure Bloom could use the distraction.
Why has he always got like a nice little kind of fringe that's like, right? And then the other half of it's like a dagger at the other side. Very off-putting. Like, I'm trying to pay attention to the conversation. All I can do is look at his hair, man. I'm only human. Yeah, she looks like a twat, doesn't she? How much of a twat do we think she's gonna be though? Like 10 out of 10 or no? I think like an 8. I think she'll start at like a 7, go up to an 8, and then like finish at a 10.
Right, you've been great to me.
Yeah, I have. I'm a good person, Dane.
Call him out.
I think you are too, but not really sure I care to find out anymore.
Good, fair. That's fair. Because he was drunk, it's not his fault, but like he was a dick.
Be careful who you trust.
This is why we like Terra, man. Now, my theory is that Bloom, is going to go up against Beatrix at the end. And like right now, Beatrix is way more powerful. But like Bloom is going to come into her wings or whatever and have like fire, be all like, and she's going to win. Just that's going to have that. Is that going to be how it ends, or is that going to be the penultimate episode? I bet.
I can't.
Okay, no, see, his hair's normal there. There's no spike. Is that only for special occasions? I would understand that. That's fair play.
We are tracking at least 5 burned ones throughout Solaria. The threat is serious.
Yikes, 5, eh?
And growing.
I want to know more about the burned ones. Have they explained that to me already? They probably have, and I just missed it, but whatever.
For all of you to pay.
I want, tell me again, please. Like, what are they? Are they humans?
If you really want to be mad at one of us, consider the douchebag who's been telling everyone you're a changeling.
He is a douchebag.
Is that true?
Yeah, look, if...
How do you not know this guy's a douche, man? You spend, like, most of your time with him. That's on you. That's on you. Like, you don't know who you're hanging out with?
Seriously?
Oh, they're gonna fight? Oh, come on. Give us a fight.
I like Beatrix. She's the only person in this damn school who likes me as is.
Yeah, because she's a fucking cock, mate. That's your clue. That's your one clue about her character. Oh, I thought they were gonna fight. Are they gonna fight? I hope they fight. Keeping this from Terra is a bit boring as well. Just tell Terra. Do you know what I mean? Because you know it's coming. We all know it's coming before the last episode. I just kind of want to get it over with because clearly Terra's going to fall out with her. It's a conflict that I don't particularly feel is interesting, so it's just like, get it over with. It's different if there's conflict and you're like, ooh, there's gonna be a showdown between those two characters and it's going to be amazing. That's different because you're anticipating it and you know it's coming, but you're enjoying the development of it. with that, with the relationship between Mole Boy, the guy who goes through walls, and Feely Girl, that's not her name. Of course that's not her name. That's a bit weird. Purple Eye, what's her name? They're gonna have to tell Terra, and so we know that conflict is, but it's boring conflict. Why are we building to that when it's just not interesting? It's a small thing, but so far this episode has been more interesting and it's been less focused on the school stuff, which is why that's kind of glaring at me, because I'm like, no, keep going on the path that you were on, don't focus on this. So I mention it because it's doing a good thing, and I don't want to take away from the good thing. I do want to know who Beatrix is working for, actually. I'm interested about that.
Beautifully done. Please tell me that was a joke.
7. She just went from a 7 to an 8. Dick.
When she's ready, we'll move on to stronger magic. It will take time. Would you like me to recite the list of threats we're facing while you take time?
This mum's such a dumbass, though. The mum just went up to a fucking 9.
Appearance is everything.
Fucking yawn, mate. You are such a dumbass, man. Why are the people in power like the dumbest fucks? That should be the opposite of what people in power are. Okay, she's settled at a 9. Let's see if she goes up to a 10. Well, we shall see. I have a feeling she will.
I need an update. Now.
He walked past and said that like so nonchalantly that I'd turn around and be like, was that aimed at me or?
Did you say Astrodal?
Yeah.
Fuck it, Beatrix, kill her.
No need. I know where that is.
Just kill her. Anarchy, kill off the main character. Ooh, and then let Terra take over. I'd be game. I'm up for that. You can't tell me you're not up for that. Terra's great. Terra's great. She'll be fine. She'll be great. She'll be good.
You say you don't want to be like your mother, but all I see is someone who treats others exactly the same way.
I have faith. I have faith in Stella. I feel like she's gonna come back.
Fully done.
You know, I feel like the mean girl routine is gonna kind of slowly go down. See, and well done show, because the reason that I feel that and that I feel sorry for her is because I've seen her mum. Ooh, drama. Someone gonna get pushed off a cliff. There we go. Ooh.
Burned ones surrounded the settlement, and a military unit from Althea decided that destroying the creatures is more important than the lives of the people here.
Believable.
Leader of our realm tried to raise a war crime.
I also believe that. However, Beatrix is saying it, so...
And my family died here.
Oh, so maybe that's the motivation. Okay. Even if she's telling the truth. She's still killed a fool. Even if this is true, you've still killed someone. So whatever sympathy you're trying to garner by telling this story, you're still a bad person. So I feel sorry for you, but you're still a cock. I also don't believe this. I don't believe this at all. I don't try. Nice try, but no fucking cigar, sir. Good that Bloom's questioning it. I had a moment in my last video, in part 1, when I watched episodes 1 to 3, where I was like, I'm not sure if I like Bloom or not. I think I do, because like, she's not, and I said in that video that she's not fun to watch, and I still kind of stand by that a little bit, but whenever she's put in situations that usually, and in a lot of shows, that character would be a total fucking dumbass, or would be immature, would be clueless, to the point that you'd kind of be watching and you'd be like, you idiot, why? But every time that stuff has happened and you're like, don't trust that, don't do that, she follows suit. Like with blonde guy, what's his fucking name? I don't know, he looks like a Freddy. When they had a moment in a previous episode, he was like, trust me. And she was like, maybe, one day. I don't know you. Who knows? Which was good. I would like her to have a little bit more, because she has got personality, but kind of, to me, she's not really got like a really compelling personality. I hope that's what we see going in from this episode and the next episode and the last episode. I hope we start to see a little bit more of that now that she's kind of adapted to her environment and the situation. I hope we see more of her coming into her own and being more confident. I approve of everything she's doing and the decisions she's making, but I don't necessarily find it entertaining or enjoyable to watch.
She didn't do anything. She's not some monster.
Bloom, she killed Caleb.
Who told you that?
Here we
Dowling,
go.
Silver, Harvey. Here, do you have proof? true. You never know my people.
You know what I was saying before about every decision she made the right one? Why? Why must you prove me wrong?
I'm sorry I left you alone with her.
Oh,
I
the
shouldn't have.
spike's
She
back.
should've-
Is Bloom going to be really annoying now and just be fully on Beatrix's side? God damn it. God fucking...
I'm dating your brother.
Good. Mature. Communicate. See? Terra's so cool, man. Okay, good though. Good.
Could have let me say goodbye to my friends.
Legit.
They're not your friends, Stella.
Oh, shut up, man. Did she just go up to a 10? She might have done. Yeah, maybe.
What did you two talk about all that time?
Close, boys.
What happened to being suspicious of Beatrix and not trusting her? I understand that these guys came along and immediately imprisoned Beatrix, and that's probably what shifted her allegiance a little bit, but god damn it, Bloom. I just talked about you for like a minute straight, praising you, and you fucked me. You fucked me.
I'm well versed in handling these situations.
Ooh, okay. Let's talk about that for a second. I'm not going to linger. I'm just going to go straight into episode 5. But good. It's good. It's getting better. That episode was better because it lingered less on the high school drama and pushed the plot forward a little bit more. And that last little interaction with the headmaster. This isn't comfortable. I thought this would be really nonchalant and quite comfortable. What am I doing? Got to commit to this now, and I fucking hell. But yeah, that last little bit with the headmaster made me then question whether she has got a little bit of darkness in her past. Maybe not. Again, maybe it's a red herring. I don't know. But I was fully on the hype of like Beatrix just talking shit, to be honest, and lying about everything. And now I'm starting to wonder whether maybe she's got a little bit of a point. It doesn't justify what she's been doing by any means. The sympathy that I think the writers and the show was trying to garner in the audience at that point didn't quite ring true for me, because I was like, yeah, but you've done bad. You've killed the guy. And you're a bit weird. You literally complimented his Adam's apple. That's a very weird thing to do, especially in the way that you did it, mate. Okay? I was not comfortable. Point is, I don't fully believe her. However, that last interaction makes me slightly believe. So I'm like, what? I want to find out. Let's just move on. Oh, Beatrix. Are they torturing Beatrix? Epic. I mean, not epic for her. Kind of making me root for Beatrix like a little bit.
No one knows what happened to the poor girl, but everyone knows who did it.
Beatrix.
Good. A good exchange. Good dialogue. I really like that. I really like the scene. Because not being funny, this is still a school, and Beatrix is still a student, and she's literally locked the student in a cage and is torturing her. That's sketchy shit, mate. That's sketchy. Headmaster, dude, sort your fucking act out. Darling, she's not making me root for her at all.
You want to talk to her, don't you? I can help you.
Are they even friends? Are those two even friends? I know that they're, like, Terra's mates with him, but have they actually ever had a scene together where they've talked and made me believe that he would have done that for her? That's very weird. Tell me if I'm wrong, but have they not had ever a conversation between the two of them? And if they have, was it friendship? I don't fucking think so.
Let me know when you want to start pulling your weight, so I've got one kid at home. Don't need another one on the battlefield.
I'm getting a sneaking suspicion that he killed his dad.
When was the last time you saw your son?
Epic. I want to see more of this. I'm really interested in the flashbacks between the old guys.
But we were taught that the burned ones are solitary hunters.
I need to know more about the burned ones. I do now. I feel like this is the penultimate episode, and like, tell me more.
Did you kill Callum?
Short answer, yes.
See, she's being truthful now, and we know that she's being truthful, so now that's interesting, because now I'm more inclined to believe her. What the fuck? Is the plant alive? What's happening?
Want to come out now?
Weird, though, because she was in there. Why did you not leave, though, when they started getting down? Because they were getting down for like a good couple minutes before, and she could have snuck out, but instead she chose to just stay there and watch. Okay.
You've been spying on me?
Don't tell her, man. What? Fuck.
But I'm the bad guy, right?
She was never going to take that well.
You can trust me.
I mean, you can.
I can trust you.
What are you talking about? He was just like uber honest with you. Legit really honest, man. Like dumbass honest, but he was honest.
Ricky was my best friend. I didn't mean to hurt her. I just lost control. It was better for my mum. If people thought I did it on purpose.
Okay, the mum just went up to a 10. Ah, no. Forget that. She went up to a fucking 11, mate. Shut up. You're never gonna persuade me that he's this bad boy. He's too nice. He was too nice. And it's not even that I wouldn't have believed this, because I could have, but how often, how much has the show, how much time has the show spent on him and showing us him and showing us him becoming this? I think the last time I saw him do anything was the party, and when Terra saw the video on her camera, and before that he'd had like 2 scenes, like big scenes, like where he had like a lot of dialogue, right? And now with nothing else, we're supposed to just believe that he's this bad boy. Like, okay, if you've built that up and you've shown us more of it, but you haven't, mate. So you can't just suddenly have him like coming in. Like, that's why I laughed when he came in and put his foot up on the bed, because like that, fair enough if he smokes now and whatever, and he's got this like whole demeanor, but like the foot on the bench, like bit far. Don't believe it. Sorry, haven't earned it, mate.
Don't think I'm above leaving you in that chair for as long as it takes for you to talk. That looks like a pretty big bottle of water. Hope you can hold it, otherwise messy.
I'd get up and just have a wee. Power move, mate.
I'm the son of a war hero raised in Althea. It's almost like he's still alive.
They made it. There was a bit of an emphasis on that. Is he still alive? Is his dad still alive and he doesn't know?
Because when I fix other people, I don't have to think about how fucking broken I am.
Is it just me, right? Or have shows like this normalized having like a real deep, sad conversation and then making out afterwards? That's not normal. That's not how it works. It isn't. I don't care what you say, right? You don't follow up like having a deep, meaningful conversation about like not feeling full, like you're living up to your parent, and you know you're not getting the father figure that you feel like you want, and then you literally say the line, broken, and that made her horny. What do you mean? What do you mean? That's not when you kiss. That's not, you don't then kiss after. Like, do you want to feel better? Do you want to feel better though? Do you want to feel better? Do you want to kiss? Do you want to make out for a little bit? Might make you feel better. No, that's not what happens. I'm sorry. That's not how real life happens. And if anyone tried to like kiss you after that, it's like, dude, I'm sad right now. Don't kiss me. Just me. Fine. Like, I'm broken. Why don't you try and fix it with your fucking tongue, mate? Yeah.
What's happening?
It's just a tiny sedative. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, let him land on his face. He'll be fine. No, hang on. Let's just examine what happened there. He says he's broken. They make out. That's weird enough. Then she drugged. Wait, who went in first? Was it him or her? And then she drugs him and lets him land on his face, man. What just happened? Oh my god. What's happening?
I know how hard this must be.
You don't.
What just happened?
Rosalind was my mentor. The most powerful fairy in Althea. Feared but respected. So when she told us about the burned ones at Astatel, we followed. She told us she'd taken pains to evacuate the village.
Why did Rosalind do that then? What was the deal? Or was there actually burned ones? How's your face, mate? Oh my god. She did that, right, to get away from him so she could set Beatrix free? She didn't even set Beatrix free, and she just left him there. The guy that literally said that he was broken, then they kissed and they shared a moment, which was weird. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. And then she drugged him, and then she ran off to do something, and then when she didn't do the thing that she did all that for, she just left him there. Fuck you, Bloom. She legit forgot about him. I want to see these guys in action as well. It's going to be good. I'm enjoying this episode. I think this is the only episode that I'm actually enjoying, like, you know, like the whole way through. Because stuff's happening, man. They're telling the story. They're telling more about the lore and the world and the story, which is good. Nice.
Hello, Bloom.
Ooh, weird eyebrow twitch, but okay. That was a choice. That was good. Like, that legit, out of every episode so far, that's my favourite episode. That was the best episode. Mostly, again, because, you know, there was that one episode where they had the party and they were just, and I get that they've got that out of the way now, which is good, which it was solely high school stuff. It was like a dance and they were all getting drunk and there was like this interplay between all the couples and boring stuff to me. And this episode focused much more on what's actually happening and like the questions and stuff and the actual, not just the interplay of the little kind of petty stuff that you don't really, that don't hold much kind of emotional, I guess they hold emotional meat, I suppose, to some people who care about that stuff, but I don't. Talking about the romances again, I'm sorry, I will shut the fuck up about that, I promise, at some point. Maybe not, I don't know, that's a lie, probably a lie. But yeah, no, it's progressing the story, it's good, and I'm interested in it, and I want to know what's happening and how it's going to end. It's all going to end well. Of course it is. Okay. Bloom's gonna get some wings, fire wings, I assume. Right? I think she's gonna fight Beatrix because they're on the same power level, and the headmaster Dowling is gonna fight Rosalind. Like Dowling and the crew, the older guys are gonna fight Rosalind. I assume Rosalind gets out. But I'm looking forward to the conversation, man. The little cliffhanger. I'm looking forward to the conversation and actually finding out because we still don't really know why she made Bloom the changeling. We still don't really know Beatrix's backstory, and now she's got a fucking grudge against the guys, so that's going to be interesting. Finally, some good shit. The burned ones are a threat that I don't feel like we're addressing that well. Are the burned ones going to be a season 2 thing? Because I feel like they've been kind of pushed to the sidelines quite a lot in these last 3 episodes. In the whole season, really. Like, they've been there, but they're not really, like, you know.
I told them Astadel was evacuated. It wasn't.
You killed those innocent people?
They were humans who drew on sacrifice and death. Blood witches.
Do I believe you? No. What are the burned ones, though?
Wait. Without fairies? We counted at least 6 burnt ones out there. That's fucking stupid.
Listen, suck it up.
No, he's right. A fully trained battalion got killed. And yet they're like, yeah, no, we'll be fine. Students, what do you mean? Like, all of your soldiers are students. Yeah, it's fine. Be fine. Like when the douche starts speaking sense. Shitting, all right, mate.
Here you are.
Sky, you seem okay.
Yeah, whatever you gave me wore off a few hours ago.
So she didn't know that it had worn off, and yet all this shit was happening. The burned ones were around. And she didn't give one thought to, oh wait, shit, I left Sky unconscious. What?
You kissed me and then you drugged me.
I got wrapped up in the moment and...
Anyway.
What moment? That moment that he was like, I'm broken?
I opened up to you, Bloom. I told you shit I have never told anyone.
Yes, mate, tell her.
We never should have got back together.
Growth. Good.
The settlers of Amsterdam weren't innocent. They were blood witches.
Yeah, but why would Rosalind not have told him that if that was true?
Come on. You want a pink pestle and mortar? You're grinding like a girl.
Was that necessary?
I don't have the time or energy to break down all the problematic gender issues in that statement.
Good. Thank you, sir. Well, why don't you? You've got a show. Just write it in there, please. Like, okay, sorry, no, I can't let that go by. Like, okay, yes, he picked out the gender issues in what he just said, but like, you can't have some character say a sentence like that and then not address it, and only go so far as to address it by saying what you just said has a lot wrong with it in regard to gender issues. Done. Yeah, good writing. You can't put that in there and then not address it adequately. You can do that, but then you're just putting something with negative connotations in there. And like you're putting a character in there with an ignorant viewpoint and not educating the character and saying that's wrong what you did. Like, yes, they said that's wrong what you did, but they didn't explain why and what was wrong with it. And you can't have one without the other, because otherwise you're not adequately fighting it. Clearly the writers are trying to fight it and they don't agree with it, but they haven't gone to the adequate breadth and depth of what they should to do that. So like when you're not doing it adequately, don't fucking write it in there. Simple. Like, that's not, come on, be better. See, I'm bored again. Because the stakes are high, but nothing's happening.
You have a choice. Your orders or your morals.
And yet you told Sky that he needs to follow your orders and not his own moral. What? What? Right. Pause. Right, there's so much fucking wrong with everything happening right now. So, because what I want to say is that's just cheap dramatization for the sake of it, because we haven't actually been led to believe that there is that kind of conflict between those two characters. We've just literally seen it in that one scene that maybe lasted 20 seconds. And the character, Sky's dad, has only been in like 2 scenes. So we don't know anything about him. Yeah, no. So Sky's dad has this relationship with Rosalind. And apparently Rosalind has given him purpose, whatever. We don't know what that purpose is. We didn't even know his dad was struggling with anything. We're learning a lot in a very short amount of time, which is fine on its own. But when that short amount of time and the information that we're getting packed into that short amount of time is then supposed to lead up to and influence the way we feel and the way and how much we believe what's about to happen, when that small amount of information influences everything, the way in which that scene ended and culminated, there's a lot riding on that information. And when it doesn't, especially when the culmination and the ending of that scene, which is the death of Sky's dad at the hands of his foster dad, that's a big fucking decision. That's a big drama point. That's a big event in the whole series that influences key characters, right? And you are supposed to feel the emotional weight of that based upon information that you've just got in about 10 to 15 seconds. Information that we're just supposed to believe without any prior building up or screen time or anything like that. And that's lazy writing. You haven't shown me any of that, and you haven't made me... You've just introduced Sky's dad. You haven't made me feel... The whole of that scene can be explained, and I can tell you exactly why they put it in there. And I've already told you the reason they put it in there was the theatricality of the drama. That's it. That's it. They're going for shock factor based off nothing, based on no build-up. They've not earned it. They've just basically said, here's a key character, here's his dad, here's his foster dad. Oh, how epic would it be if one of them killed the other one? And then he's... Disappointing. Fucking called it, mate.
What are you?
There we go. Okay. So are they the blood witches then from thingy? Yeah, so if you get like scratched by one, do you become one, or?
She told Bloom the settlers of Astadel weren't civilians, they were blood witches.
Well, why would Rosalind not tell them that though? Even if it was a lie, rather than keep the truth from them, why would she not say, by the way, they're all blood witches, we have to kill them all? That still would have got them to do what you wanted them to do. And it would have stopped him from killing Sky's dad.
What happened?
He's going to tell you his sad story. Now, try not to kiss him, please.
It's with a heavy heart I must place you under arrest.
Oh, yawn. If he's been knocking around this whole time, though, that happened 16 years ago. I get that it's setting up drama for season 2, but like, it just annoys me.
What the fuck are they gonna do about it?
Well.
Welcome back, ladies. There have been a few changes.
Okay, so I found that very frustrating for a lot of reasons. I don't really get the reason that they've made it 6 episodes. Like, okay, let's go back for a second and talk about Andreas, Sky's dad, and that whole thing. It makes more sense now that they gave it so little time, because I guess now going forward they're going to give it more time, and we're going to see that play out between Andreas, Silver, and Sky, and that whole dynamic. And I know that the Rosalind said at the end it wasn't easy. I guess he's just not a nice character, because she said that it wasn't easy keeping him or persuading him to stay, you know, under wraps for 16. It's 16 years, man. 16 years. The corruption, because the Queen legit has just brought him out of the fucking woodwork now to be like, oh, by the way, Silver, you're arrested because you tried to kill this guy 16 years ago, which isn't good, but I guess it speaks to her power and the corruption that there is there to be able to do that. We had 6 episodes, okay? We had 6 episodes of like the bulk of it being high school interplay, which to me wasn't compelling at all. And they had this undertone of a story that was compelling. And I feel like in the last episode, especially at the end there, they basically unraveled all of the answers all at once. I feel satisfied, but I don't, because I feel like they gave me it all at once when they could have built more intrigue into the show. Why weren't more people asking what the burned ones were? I was asking it throughout the whole fucking series, and yet no one asked. Do you know what I mean? Like, there was no one asking about anything unless the writers wanted to reveal it at that time. Pepper some of it throughout to build up intrigue and build that up in the show. And I'll give it props, right? In the 5th episode, it went back to all the adults and all their interplay and their interaction, and that was interesting. I wanted to learn about that, right? He introduced that earlier in the season and build it up so you kind of care a little bit more towards the end, because it's like, yes, they essentially overtook the establishment, and the Queen apparently gives some massive shit about this school, whatever. The Queen, by the Queen, the Queen just wants this. She cares so much. She's like, yep, I'm gonna order a coup. I'm gonna keep this guy in hiding for 16 years, mate, just because I care about this school and I want to get rid of this guy. Like, apparently everyone at the school was important, so important to the fairy world that this happened. There's just, to me, it wasn't a good show. And by the way, if you enjoyed the show for the reasons that I'm saying that I don't like the show, you're not wrong. It's fine. Cool. That's your beef, and that's, you do you. But the high school interplay was boring. The actual payoff to me wasn't good enough, because we got all the answers, but we got them all fucking paid out to us at the same time in that final conversation. Then the then Dowling was just fucking killed, and it was at a point when I was actually starting to care about Dowling as well. The last episode was very boring. It went back to the kind of interplay. The only interesting interaction that I can remember, because it was interesting, was Terra and her brother and I still don't know her name, the one with the mind powers, and that whole thing was nice, and that was nicely written. The show has problems. It seemed to me that the whole show, obviously the whole show was building up to that ending and that finale, but the Queen's been in like an episode, 2 episodes, 1.5 episodes. Rosalind's been in an episode. Sky's dad's been in half an episode. And you can't build your whole first season on building up the second season. You can, they did that. But they didn't really earn that ending, and it's like 6 episodes. You had 6 episodes. It kind of would have made more sense to me to have like 10 episodes and have what happened in the finale, have that be like the midpoint, and then you go on with this new dynamic and then expand the world more, and then you've got a first season that really shows you the world, and it has the first half of the season showing all this stuff, and it builds the foundation, and then you go forward. I just don't feel like there was enough in those 6 episodes to really. And it wasn't done well enough to really make me care enough and enjoy it enough. And the majority of it all was built up with stuff that I didn't care about or found boring and wasn't told in an interesting way. And then all the good bits weren't paid off. It's what it is. Thank you for watching. That is what I think of the Winx Saga. Is it good fantasy? No, I don't think so. Personally, it's my taste. For all the reasons I've said. If you want to judge some of my fantasy, shameless plug, my novella, it's a novella called The Light Cursed. It's high fantasy. There's a description on Amazon. All you got to do is search the name The Light Cursed. There are links down below. You can read the first chapter on my blog, on my writing blog. Right now it's there, and there will be releases coming soon. There's another novella going to be published very, very soon called A Palace of Fortune. The Palace of Fortune will be published in the same way. There'll be a paperback version and an ebook version, same as this. Yeah, please go have a look. If you do read it, please go give a review. That really helps with visibility. Thank you again for watching. That's all from me, and I will see you next time.